This is Observious bringing you guys another League of Legends commentary, and speaking of Lux last game, it turns out that I took a Lux the following game after that, and so you will get to see a little bit of my Lux play. Now, we do have a little bit of a skinned team up. We'd have an Alien Invader Heimerdinger on our team. They have the good old Spectral Fiddlesticks, or basically Ghosty Fiddlesticks, and I guess we'll never know. They're skinned outside of Commando Jarvan and Big Bad Warwick, I think. So that's all the skins in this game. But anyways, fairly animated and all that. Now, as far as the actual game itself, we are relatively AP heavy with Mordekaiser, Lux, Kassadin, and Heimerdinger, with only Zen as our AD. That's a little bit of a concern there. Meanwhile, this is actually my first game playing Lux, so bear with me. I'm actually pretty bad for this game, I think, at just hitting my skill shots. I'm still getting used to it, so you can see me trying to figure out all their ranges and stuff as far as that goes. But I think we'll do okay, because we do have legendary skins. Meanwhile, Mord is number 1. He doesn't need boots, just a Hextech revolver. Fairly decent choice in Mordekaiser. So we are going to be having the Heimerdinger holding. I don't know who's going mid. It seems cooldown boots first, and so this is something that you will notice. The Lux went Fiendish Codex first, but that's because she was in the bottom lane. I took cooldown reduction boots. I'm not too certain if cooldown reduction boots were the wisest choice. And I'll see that later on when I have mana issues of, well, basically,
your team has captured the drill.
Till no tomorrow, I'll have mana issues with Lux. I'm gonna go ahead and have a little bit of a stand-up over here. I'm getting fairly stuck on by Udyr. Zen ran in there to cancel the capture. Somehow he ended up okay. Warwick and Jarvan are still channeling, and that didn't cost the life of their friend Udyr, and now it's going to cost the life of Jarvan. When it does that, we are going to take this point. Now you can see Fiddlesticks channeling to crits on this point. He is rooted. He will be knocked up shortly by Zen, or not, as he is exhausted. And here Fiddlesticks should probably go down. Meanwhile, we have in fact captured the win. That skillshot did miss. You saw it go all the way over there. And I don't know why I'm chasing. I do have enough mana for that losing singularity, but you can see, wow, I got way too greedy there and forced up on my exhaust. And I'm going to go back. Now, mind you, this is 50-something games ago, so I do apologize for being bad. I do get better for the most part. You can see our respawned team just pushing along there. Mordekaiser's being fairly healthy, of course, with that Hextech revolver, but he is going to go down right here from the good old Fiddlesticks and Warwick combo. But Udyr is, of course, going to be revenge killed by our team. Kassadin, walking in, I guess he is level 6, waiting for that level 2 update. It was showing level 5 a second ago. Meanwhile, I'm, of course, going to become the really big Lux by channeling the Stormbow, so that's always cool to see. And Heimerdinger has actually managed to take the point from Kale, and he's now going to be trying to hold on to the core. He does have a turret on the point to assist with that. And now actually has 2 points on the point, and with that nice grenade landing, will be just fine. And actually, Heimerdinger is being forced off of the so this is pretty bad. Jarvan might be able to finish him off if Heimerdinger doesn't have turrets or mana for that matter. It's actually throwing auto attacks, but luckily a giant Lux has come to save the day with a Heimerdinger, with a Mordekaiser that has a Kale up. So they will definitely be taking this point back and making a full cap, but that Fiddlesticks has in fact ulted in, and he will drain the Kale puppet to death, but it's just a bit not the actual champion. Although if it was the actual champion, he'd be team killing his team, so I guess not so lucky. And it looks like Udyr is in fact going to be speeding away. You can see that Heimerdinger only has, I believe, 1 point in missiles. He didn't really do too much damage, and he does have 73 AP. These are, I don't know, it's too early for him to have level 5 turrets, so I can't really tell if he is in fact besting that, you did see put this turret out here. Now, that Udyr that was all speeding away apparently got a Jarvan to sneak down here with him, and so they are going to, in fact, neutralize and possibly, very likely, take the drill. Mordekaiser need to get in there and use those skills to stop that channel. Now, they know it's very close to finishing, so Mordekaiser really needs to get in there. He's going to go ahead and cast that, and he is going to get mauled to pieces, especially with that turret there. Castle coming in a little bit too late. He's really going to affect too much. He's going to have to first walk out of there. Or not, as he passes the speed buff, and Udyr does in fact turn around as Jarvan and Kale go off to take the windmill. Now, we do have a 4-cap, but it's a little bit backwards since they do own the drill, so they should be able to relatively easily take this point. This is something that I really dislike about how minions will attack a neutral point. Oh no, he is hitting Jarvan, so wow. That super minion will in fact get the kill, and you can see that the credit of the kills did still go to Kassadin. So there's no portrait kill for that. That would have been interesting. And we will have to see if I'm able to actually hold on to this refinery versus these two champions. Now, I'm mainly poking around. I don't have any mana. Like, I have my laser ready. I can't really use it. And so I will just go ahead and die. Something that I'm finding out with Lux, at least for this round, is just how small the laser hitbox really is. It's somewhat hard to land, or at least the indicator they give you is somewhat deceiving, or something along those lines. Meanwhile, it looks like Jarvan will just stand there and wave his finger around and capture the point. You can see he actually has his point finger out. And so they will go ahead and take the quarry back. This is currently a 3-cap in their favor, but this will soon be a 3-cap in our favor as we have 3 champions channeling. It's already neutralized, and we will go ahead and take this point. Meanwhile, Aquas has appeared while Everything's kind of out of position. He is going to flash away, and because that his turrets are able to pick up the kill onto Udyr, but he is eventually going to go down there. Now Storm of Warwick and a scary Udyr in general will be pushing along up against Lux, who is going to be stuck holding down this quest objective. Now she does have a Catalyst to protect her, and so already you can see I'm kind of building my Lux wrong. I did get cooldown boots, but then I'm getting an ROA, and it's mainly because I was having those mana issues. Not so much that I needed the tankiness, although it does help to be tanky. Mordekaiser pushing the lane, doing what he does best, and so he's going to be doing that. Meanwhile, we've held this off, and so now we have 3 champions down here on the bottom lane. Zen on our team is dead, so Fiddlestick should be able to take this control point with relative ease. I'm guessing our 5th is also dead, although I can't confirm. Meanwhile, Jarvan will in fact just go down and die, and so that will go ahead and make sure that they get the windmill. We're going to possibly neutralize this point with minions. I'm not too certain if the refinery will actually get neutralized, but we're definitely not taking it. And yes, it will in fact be neutralized by minions. That is a pretty big achievement. Meanwhile, 2 champions are going to be trying to stop Fiddlesticks from taking the drill, but it is neutralized. So currently they have a 2-1 advantage, although we're switching this off to a 2-3 advantage. And so we will, in fact, both pick up the quest and have a 3-cap on them, and that will, in fact, train them down even more. So, the score, meanwhile, is, of course, 427 to 113. This is much like the other game, but it looks like things are a little bit better in our favor, although they are zooming in down on Mordekaiser. He is clear drained. Our champion's channeling, and Mordekaiser's going to go down almost without a fight. He was able to pop off one skill that hit all 3 of them. Looks like Udyr will make it out, but not so lucky for Fiddlesticks, and Humdinger will be holding on just fine indeed. Meanwhile, I've gone ahead and died, and I've said incoming. I don't know where I've died. It looks like Jordan and Kale will be holding on to this point, especially with that timely Kale ultimate, but it looks like that might not be enough to save Kale. Kassadin really wants to kill her, but she is out of the way. Zen likewise probably wants to go up there, but he will be hit by a Kale Q if he does so. And now both champions are relatively low. Kale could probably clean up right here, all depending. Meanwhile, I'm coming down here with my proc. You can see my laser was just above Udyr's head, and so he did actually get hit by that for that root. or that slow. So overall, it's really bad right there. He even dodges my auto attack, and so I am in trouble. This Udyr should have been dead a long time ago. Instead, he might be able to kill Udyr right here. And with the turtle stance, I'm going to be in trouble since Udyr's going to get away for free. And so now we're sort of running away from Warwick. We don't want him to throw down his channeled ult. That's my main concern. He's done that, and with that auto attack and Q, he's going to even pick up a double kill and run off towards the boneyard to cap the point. Right now we do have a 3 cap. It is 409, 271, but when they take this point, they will make it a 3-2-2 advantage in their favor. So that is a little bit scary. They do already have 3 champions relatively full health defending. That's something to note about this team. Fiddlesticks, Kale, and Warwick are all healing champions, as well as Udyr, I suppose. So everyone but Jarvan has some method of restoring their health, or restoring their allies' health in the case of Kale, if they so want to. Here you can see the advantage of pushing down this bottom lane. Because they pushed down this bottom lane, we've sent 3 champions down there to cap it back, and that means that they will be able to take the windmill for sure and contest the drill. Just by the fact that we all had to go down here. You can see that Kale just taking out going to force one just to stay down there, so you can't really just bounce around as far as that. You know, Heimerdinger's auto-attacking Fiddlesticks. I'm not too certain if that's the wisest decision. While me and Caston are in fact going to go ahead and chase Udyr, he is going to get away. I turned around to try to help with the whole Fiddlesticks raid, but Fiddlesticks is in fact going to be able to pick off Heimerdinger. I'm going to dual channel this ability. Caston, meanwhile, is just sort of running around. I believe he's going to go ahead and go for his storm buff. Bottom's in a little bit of trouble, but I think Zen will be able to manage. And Caston's not going to take that storm buff. He's not even going to head for the refinery. Instead, he is going to... There you can see me missing another skill shot. Instead, he is going to go ahead and head down and help Zen down and pick up the kill onto Kale there. Now with this 2v1 fight, remember, Zen is exhausted. Is going to go ahead and help Zen pick off Warwick. So that's that. Fiddlesticks has shown up now, but now we have 3 champions down here. One is going to eventually recall, but this is not good overall. Jarvan has picked off Mordekaiser, and he ought to be able to pick off Lux, especially with that storm buff. It's just a really giant capped green mad machine that you do not want hitting you. And so I am going to go ahead and throw out that free root and I guess snare and AoE ability and try to do some damage, but you can see he wasn't really getting poked at all. His HP, it is extremely high. He has that HP from that Phage, from that Sunfire Cape, and from that Prospector's item. He's got 2465. He doesn't have any resists. But my damage just isn't really there on Lux. She's more of a almost support champion. She used to be like that for a while. Looks like good old Xin Zhao taking out Jarvan, while Lux does a laser right next to them, as she doesn't want to cause team damage. And Jarvan is of course going to cry into his hands right before he dies to the giant Xin waving his, I guess, spear around and capture the point. Now there is an extremely large mini wave right here. I do notice it, so I am going to go ahead and try to push this off, but it could possibly neutralize this point before I get there. It's very likely to, actually. Yeah, it's going to get neutralized even with all of that. And so I am going to go ahead and have to recapture this point just to maintain a 3-2 advantage. Although it looks like we are going to be neutralizing and taking this point back soon. It is not confirmed. Jarvan is very likely to kill Mordekaiser soon, and indeed that is the case. Because that will leave these 2 mages versus Jarvan. Not something we generally want to do. Caston will be able to pick the kill on Jarvan, but that will delay us getting this 3 cap. I'm going to be stuck trying to kill Udyr and doing a fairly good job of it, although Udyr could shred my HP if he so wanted to. Actually, no, he can't. He has no real damage outside of that Wit's End, which you'd have to couple with his heal, so a little bit surprised there. And Udyr will in fact escape to live another day. Now, I don't really have mana. I'm trying to... You can see every shot I send out, skill shot I send out, is pretty much important as my mana gain is extremely low, and this is with the increased mana regeneration and Dominion sure you don't fall below, I believe it is 40% HP. German has shown his face here. I am going to go ahead and try to fight him off. I am going to successfully hit him with that laser. You can see the game's about to end, and I don't have a death. I just have. Well, I guess I could get a death fire cap, but not really much past that. Or Rabadon's death cap, not whatever I said before. I'm getting pressured down here by the Boneyard. He's in a bit of trouble because their champion coming in to channel the point. So they will definitely get this point neutralized before Zen can get there. He might even want to consider turning around. Nope, he's not. He is Zen Zhao. Do not channel your ultimate yet. And so he will go ahead and cast that ultimate. Udyr is still channeling, but he's decided to cancel last minute since he saw the minions coming in. And so, while Zen was able to get a double kill, Udyr is going to be able to stick around and defend the Boneyard. However, we have taken that 3 cap off of the top, although Jarvan will be wearing that down. I've managed to neutralize and will likely finish capping. Oh, maybe not. I will almost cap the Warriors hoping a while before they cap it back, and so that will give us a 2-1 advantage until they capture this point. If he can capture it in time, he will. It will be 235 to 4. And there's no one to stop him from taking this windmill. If they take this windmill, it will be a 4-1 capture advantage, and so they could possibly make a 4-point comeback. Depending, we are going to go ahead and take this point back with 4 of our champions. And so that will just give them a 3-2-2 advantage. We actually have a 3-point advantage. Now it's gone down, so it went down from 4 to 2 very briefly. That's extremely close. Basically, if we ever get the advantage, we will win. Others are going in the beginning of kill, causing some damage. And that brute is going to go ahead and miss Warwick, so he is going to live. But not so much for Lux, so it will be that Warwick is going to pick up that health, and that should embolden him a little bit more, especially with Udyr coming in. That indeed it does. My slow is around somewhere. There it is. I am going to go ahead and pop it. You can see it does almost no damage, and my health just got shredded. Meanwhile, Caston's trying to harass Jarvan down, but that's going to be a long fight since Caston's more of a poker and an anti-mage more than an off-tank. And so you can see he is just getting annihilated, but with that Riftwalk he is in fact able to pick up the kill. He does not want to get killed by the super minion though, so he is falling back indeed, especially with Kayle coming around. 1 Q from that Kayle will in fact kill him. That Kayle does have some AP behind her, so it will do. And so Caston is going to recall, leaving the 3-2 advantage in the favor of the enemy team. Because of that, the score is now 2-175. Now remember earlier in the series, we did have a 2-point victory, and so we'll see if that will happen again. It is now a 3-1 advantage. This point is neutralized and needs to be taken back. However, it looks like they are going to be taking... They're going to be taking their quarry. And so that one goes to 2-2 advantage. All we need to do is take this point. Yeah, we need to turn around and take that point. That's all we need to win. They have 4 champions pushing around in to take this back. They need to take this point to 4 and get this point. Or, I believe if an enemy champion dies, it does cost 2 health loss to the Nexus. But nope, there it is. The 3 cap and tick down right before they got the neutralized. So that will in fact be a good game. So that's the end of the match. I hope you guys liked what you see, and if you did, be sure to subscribe. This is Observious signing out.